It's time for this week's episode of Brandon Sports Talk, featuring in-depth interviews from those who are trending in the world of athletics. And now, here's the host of Brandon Sports Talk, Brandon Pate.
Welcome back to Brandon Sports Talk. In today's episode, I have the privilege to interview the Minnesota Golden Gophers assistant women's ice hockey coach, Natalie Darwitz. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
Can you talk about how you knew that you wanted to get involved in college coaching?
I necessarily didn't know. It just kind of happened through just the love of coaching. So when I was actually still a player, playing for the U.S. National team. That's how I got into coaching. Was my dad was the high school coach of my alma mater, and he kind of twisted my arm to come once or twice a week and run some drills and share some knowledge. And I really didn't want to. And as I started doing it and showing up more and more, I really loved it and fell in love with it. And so when I was still playing, leading up to the 2010 Olympics, the University of Minnesota reached out. I became an assistant coach in 2009 there, when I was still playing the game. And quite honestly, coaching helped out my on-ice game as well as a player, just communication and just seeing the ice and perspectives differently. So I think they both kind of went hand in hand to helping me grow as a person and a player at the time. So I spent 2 years at the University of Minnesota. I took the Olympic year off and then came back 2011. And then went back to high school coaching. I was a head coach at a school called Lakeville South here. Spent 3 years there and had a great time and got my feet wet as a head coach. From there, that's when kind of it got more serious, and a D3 school in St. Paul called Hamline reached out to me, and I would say that's kind of really when my college journey actually started. I was there for 6 years. We took the team to kind of bottom of the barrel to nationally ranked and went to back-to-back Frozen Fours and finished third and runners up respectively. Hung some banners in our rink, which were never hung before, with championships and stuff like that. So, and then this summer, again, I wasn't looking for it, but the University of Minnesota came knocking again and kind of gave a good offer and something I aspire to be a head coach at a Division I school one day. Hopefully that's the Gophers. And I thought that would be a good path to take. So Jake and I, who was my assistant coach at Hamline, made the move this summer to go back to the U. And I'm really enjoying working with the caliber of athletes that we have on our team. They're just a tremendous group who wants to get better each day and wants to soak up every bit of knowledge they can from coaches and get better. So it's a lot of fun.
What was it like, obviously, getting to put on that Golden Gopher jersey and going into the Frozen Four?
Yeah, obviously, as a player, you want to help your team out as much as possible and get to the highest level possible. And you know, for us with the Gophers, it was an expectation for us to win national championships. So I think when we put that jersey on, as a kid growing up in Minnesota, I think you take tremendous pride in being a Gopher and having that M on your chest. So that was kind of I grew up every Friday night and Saturday night watching the Gopher men's team on TV. So it's just kind of ingrained in you culturally here that, you know, that's where you're going to go and you're going to take pride in doing that. But, you know, getting on the ice as a player, we want to do the best we can every game and do the best for our team. And certainly that's the outcome is to win games and going to the national championship and hopefully winning that game. And really fortunate enough that in my 3 years playing for the Gophers, I was able to 2 national championships with my teammates.
How has obviously your Olympic experience helped you in your coaching experience?
I think they all go hand in hand in your journey. I think as a coach now, I'm able to put myself in the players' shoes and what they're going through. It's January. We're kind of in the grind of our season. How are their legs? Are they tired? How would I feel this time of year? How did I feel this time of year when I was a player? So I think I have a unique coaching background where I can take my personal experience as a player to make me hopefully a better coach. And understand the players. Because I think a lot of coaching is understanding your players, having a relationship with your players, and being able to immerse yourself in what they're going through to be able to better help them and coach them. So certainly I take my background, and I'm very grateful for my background to hopefully help me in the position I'm in today as a coach.
What was it like, obviously, coaching in the Final Four in the Frozen Four?
Yeah, so I was fortunate enough to coach in the Division I Frozen Four back in 2009, I believe, with the Gophers. Unfortunately, we came up short in the semis. And then obviously with Hamline, the first year we came up short in the semis. The second year we beat our rival St. Thomas in their own rink. It was just a tremendous atmosphere, and then got the national championship game and unfortunately came up short, but certainly experiences that are near and dear to my heart, and some of my favorite hockey memories. And, so many people play the game of hockey and never reach that pinnacle of getting to the national championship game or the Frozen Four. So super fortunate enough to be able to get there a few times and experience that, because I firmly believe that, things happen for a reason, and you're on a journey to help you do better in the next step. And hopefully those experiences will help me in the future here.
Of course, what was it like, obviously, coaching at Hamline?
What was it like coaching at Hamline?
Mm-hmm.
It was a lot of fun. It was, at first it was challenging. Like I said earlier, when we took over Hamline, I think they won all of 6 games the previous year. Kind of was hired late. So the team we inherited, we inherited that team from the previous coach. So we really didn't have any new recruits come in. So that first year it was super challenging, but it was also super rewarding. We saw growth in our players. We saw a competitive, I think, battle level that they never experienced before. They felt confidence in players. So it's super exciting to look back and to think, we literally built that program 6 years ago from scratch. The following year, we brought in 15 new recruits. The year 3, we won a MIAC tournament title and went to a Frozen Four. Or made the playoffs for the first time in a decade. Year 4, we went to the Frozen Four, I believe. I'm getting my years mixed up, but, and won a MIAC championship. And then just really, we went from bottom of the barrel to national contenders in 3 years. And that was pretty cool to be a part of and be able to orchestrate with my coaches, building that program. When we first got there, I don't think anybody knew what Hamline hockey, if they even had a women's team. And by the time we left, we were known as, when people mentioned Hamline, people were like, oh, they have a really good women's hockey team. So I think we did our job by putting Hamline hockey on the map and making it a national contender, and certainly left that program in great hands for them to be successful in the future by our recruiting. So,
of course, what teams do you coach against with the Minnesota Gophers?
Well, we're in the WCHA. That's the league we're in. So we play, most of our games are league games, and then we do play several non-conference games. But our league consists of, the Minnesota teams are obviously us, St. Thomas, Mankato, St. Cloud, and Bemidji. Then you have Wisconsin next door to us, Ohio State, is the only plane ride away. So it's, and I missed Minnesota Duluth as well in the Minnesota team. So super league right now, honestly. From the last rankings, Wisconsin's 1, Ohio State's 2, and we're 5. And I believe UMD is like 8 or 9. So 4 top 10 teams in the WCHA, which I don't know if any other league has that. So really take pride in having one of the best conferences in the nation, one of the toughest conferences in the nation on any given night. Anybody can knock each other off. So it's a lot of fun to play meaningful games every single day.
What's it like, obviously, getting to play those teams like Ohio State and Wisconsin?
Oh, that's why you play. It's kind of like the U.S. playing Canada. So, those are the games you get up for. You don't need any more motivation. That's why you work so hard in the summer. That's why you put in all the work, is to play fun games like those teams. So naturally, when we play each other, it's just the best coming out of both teams. And that's the hockey you want to be a part of. And that's the hockey you want to watch and grow the game with. So those certainly are the games you circle on your calendar when you check out your schedule early in the year. So it's just a lot of fun.
Was it like, obviously, getting to play those in-town rivalries like the Duluth?
Like Duluth?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's we really have a rivalry with everybody. It's that's where when you're a top team in the country, you can't take a night off. And that's, I think, what's super important that we tell our players every game is everybody wants to beat the Gophers. But obviously the in-state rivalries, when I played, Duluth was our biggest rival. They had a lot of international players. They had a lot of Olympians. They were super good. We bought the best out of both teams. And so that obviously Duluth in the last few years has gotten a lot better. And again, they're ranked in the top 10, and in both of our series with them, we split with them. So it's neck and neck, and just those games are just super fun to be a part of and to be able to coach.
What does the recruitment process look like for prospective student athletes looking to play college ice hockey?
Yeah, sorry, you have to repeat that real quick, Brendan.
What is the recruitment process look like for prospective student athletes looking to play college ice hockey?
Yeah, I think recruiting is obviously the biggest aspect of our job, is to find the next players that will impact your program. So for us, we're being in Minnesota, we feel strongly that, a lot of talent, top talent is in our backyard. We are the state of hockey. So primarily, if you look at our roster, we have a lot of Minnesota kids and take a lot of pride in that. However, we do go out of state and out of country to find other players that will impact our program. And any encouragement would be for a prospective student athlete is to send that school an email and send some video. There's obviously NCAA rules. Well, we can only talk to certain ages. And so they have to understand the rules and stuff behind that if we're not getting back to them. But for us, it's our goal is to find the best players and the best people to help, continue this program, and be on top of the number one ranking at the end of the year.
What does the official visit look like for prospective student athletes?
Yeah, so every school is obviously different. But every prospective student athlete in the age range within NCAAs can take 5 official visits. So for us, it's simply an official visit has given them a glimpse or a preview of the movie, if you will, to what it would be like to attend the University of Minnesota and play hockey here. So we'll just show that student athlete in a condensed time how what it would be like to come to the University of Minnesota. And the most important thing, in my opinion, is the people you're going to go to school with. So I think that for us, it's really important that prospective student athlete gets to know our team, gets to know our coaches on a personal level, that they see that interaction, whether it's in practice or in the locker room or meals. I think it's really important that they are immersed into what it would be like to come here kind of in a day span or a day and a half span.
Of course, what advice would you have college hockey players looking to go either professionally, whether it's the PHF, PWHPA, or obviously one day make it as an Olympian, just like you did?
Obviously, your college experience is vital for improving and getting to that next level. I think when I was in the U.S. program, I was a younger player. I made the team when I was 15. You're really not seeing that happen. I know Caroline Harvey's on the team and she's 18, and we have a player from the University of Minnesota who's 19 or 20. And so it's rare these days that you're going to be on the national team at that young of age. Usually that you're making those national teams when you're a junior or senior in college or after college. So picking a right college to help you get to the next level is certainly vital for your development as a player and to get you, whether your aspirations are professionally or even better, making the Olympic team. I think it's a good development piece of how to get to that level.
What advice would you give future college coaches looking to get started in coaching ice hockey?
Yeah, just get to the rink. Especially coaching younger kids, they can feel your energy and your passion. Just go and have fun. You don't need to know the ins and outs and how to effectively run a practice plan. Kids don't know that. They just want to go out there and have fun and know that they're being cared for, and that you're having fun too. I think so often I go to a youth practice and the coach just stands in the corner and doesn't engage with the kids. They don't care what drill they're running, but if the coach is, encouraging them and getting in there with them and communicating with them and having that dialogue and action oriented, they're going to have way more fun and get way more out of it. So I think so often we can, as getting into coaching, it's daunting because you got to go through the USA Hockey courses and spend a lot of time, which is, I get why they're doing that, but just get out there and show the kids you love the game, and that will just bleed onto them.
That's great advice. Where can my listeners find you at on social media, along with the Minnesota Golden Gophers ice hockey program?
Yeah, for me, I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. I don't post a whole lot, so I'm pretty boring to follow. But you can check out gophersports.com to check out our women's hockey program, and just search, I think, Gopher Women's Hockey on all the social media pages, and you'll be able to find us pretty easily. Sorry, I don't have the handles memorized, but should be pretty easy to find. And our sports information does a great job of posting and keeping you up to date about Gopher Women's Hockey and what we're doing and the success we're having. So encourage our viewers to do that.
Thank you again, Coach Natalie Darwitz, for your interview, and best of luck in your future in your college coaching career.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You can find Brandon Sports Talk on Facebook at Brandon Sports Talk, Instagram at Brandon Sports Talk, Twitter at Talk_Brandon, and you can find me on YouTube at Brandon Sports Talk. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again, Coach Natalie, for your interview, and best of luck in your future.
Thank you so much.
You've been watching Brandon Sports Talk. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe to Brandon Sports Talk on social media and on YouTube.